It seemed like they got a lot of reps there towards the end.
Yeah, they got a lot of reps. I feel really good about those two guys. We have Jacoby Moore and Pat Elfline, and they both rotated in there with the first group and second group throughout the spring got a lot of reps, and showed us what they can do. And the emergence of Elfline has been good because he's going to be a really good player for Ohio State. So we like what we saw out of him because he was a freshman that had redshirted and started off slow with injury last year.
Yeah, what is it about Elfline that kind of made it so he can take a step forward, and what does he bring to you?
He has great physical toughness. He has great power, explosion. He's very competitive. He goes hard for 4 to 6 seconds. I mean, he has a high motor, and he's strong and powerful. So, just having to teach him the position. I mean, that's just what he lacks, is just experience in there and kind of understanding how things work there.
You see he was a wrestler, and that stuff sort of reflected some of that toughness.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it probably does. I mean, I think wrestlers have an inherent work ethic that's, top of the line, and they're extremely tough and competitive guys, and he definitely is all those things. Yeah, I mean, he's what you're looking for. Mm-hmm.
We've heard so much about Jack's leadership from Urban and a lot of the coaches. Are there some specific examples of what separates him into somebody who's billed now as the team's top leader?
Well, with Jack, I mean, the thing is that he does everything the way you would want a guy to do it, in terms of working out extremely hard, having enthusiasm and energy at workouts, leading by example, being a pro, being on time, studying film extra, doing extra stuff outside of what's required, communicating with the younger players, trying to help them mentally and leadership-wise. I mean, just a lot of things like that. Goes about his business as an experienced, veteran, professional guy would do, and so you love that about him. Plus, he's just a good person, just has a good heart and from a good family, so he's fun to be around.
And he said he hasn't always really considered himself a leader, and not speaking about Jack in particular, but is it possible to build a leader out of someone who maybe doesn't have natural leadership qualities?
Absolutely,
and
it is.
How do you prod that along?
Yeah, you can develop any characteristic you want, and leadership, first of all, you have to understand the importance of leadership, and then you have to be put in situations where you can lead. So we try to put him in situations where he's the head of a group situation, the head of a drill, the head of a meeting, the head of this or that, and force him to exert himself a little bit verbally, and so you just put those guys in those situations, and then you help them by giving them examples of how to manage those situations. And like anything, people get better at it. The more you do it, the better you get.
Coach, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
You were already very familiar with the Big Ten when you got here. I'm just
Yes.
wondering, last year, was there anything, I guess, specifically to line play, which I'm sure you study all the time, was there anything that surprised you, seemed a little different than before? Is it called differently in terms of what you can get away with up in the trenches and that kind of thing? Or is it the same old Big Ten that you remember in regards to?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see any significant difference, other than there's more and more teams in the Big Ten that are in the shotgun running spread offenses. So I see that more. That wasn't, when I was in the Big Ten, as common. I think when I was at Illinois in 2005, 2006, Illinois was one of the few spread teams in the Big Ten, and I think there's just more and more of that going on. As far as line play is concerned, I mean, not significantly. I mean, I don't see anything different in how it's called or whatever. I mean, it's evolved. So, yeah, I'm sure it's different than 10 years ago or 8 years ago, but it's not that much different from, a couple years ago. And, we used Big Ten officials when I coached at Notre Dame. I'm sure we had some of those. We've had a lot of Big Ten games. So, I mean, nothing going on different in line play and how it's managed or called by officials than it was when I was there. So it's not really an issue.